jamming out to your own unreleased music. This is the upcoming Spirit Fingers record, by the way. I was looking for music to play on the, well, I don't want to be totally off. I was looking for music to play this morning because I've upgraded the system, and pretty soon this background here is going to be something cool, like swirly and weird, but not yet. Right now it's just a whiteboard. Oh yeah, we got that little guy. You can go to all my socials on that thingy, because I can't grab it because it's actually digital. Yeah, oh, mornings. This is really just my excuse to get up in the morning. You are my reason for waking up in the morning. That should be my tagline. That's pretty good. So that's Braxton Cook on saxophone. Yeah, so this is all unreleased music because I was looking through YouTube and thinking, well, I looked for, YouTube takes your stream and like monetizes it for somebody else if you use somebody else's music, which is great because then your music gets monetized on other people's streams if they use it, but man, it makes it hard to get like music to play in the background. So I decided I would just play my own shit from coming up. This is like my music that is not actually out to the public yet, which hopefully the record label doesn't get mad at me. We'll see. I get a call from Fabian today. What the hell are you doing? No, he wouldn't say that. The good news is you can go back and listen to this because I keep these streams up against the guidance of my radio personality friends who say you should try to only keep the good stuff up. I keep everything up so you can look at all of my terrible conversations. Yeah, it's kind of nice though. Check this one out. And now we're gonna go to the Chicago project. This is actually, so the one that you're about to hear is the one that I think I'm gonna have as like the morning splash sound. Ready? Here it goes. Oh wait, then I'm gonna start here. So this is more of a morning show vibe. Welcome to Mornings with Greg. You're watching this at 8 a.m. every morning. Listening to the smooth sounds of Marquise Hill, Kai McCready, Daryl Jones on the bass, Jeffrey Keelan Parker, just made that name up, on the guitar, Irvin Slammin' Pierce, Irvin Pearson Pierce, piercing you with that saxophone sound. Try play Morning Dance by Spyro Gyra. I see, if I play other people's music, then it will get... Let's have a conversation about this, everybody. What do you think? If you play other people's music, ads will come up and they will get the revenue for those ads. And I don't want you guys to see advertisements at all. I don't monetize my content because I just am not that thoughtful about it. No, the reality is that monetizing content on the level of somebody who has my audience doesn't make any sense, which is why I'm building an app to solve that problem. And it's gonna be amazing. But I can't announce the app until the patents have gone through. So what should we do this morning, guys? We don't have a guest today, so we can mess around, do all sorts of stuff. I've got an idea. Here, check this out. Okay, by the way, we're I can't even speak at this time in the morning. We're functioning on a new computer, so everything should be a lot smoother. See how this is like all synced up there? See what I did there? I actually resent Spyro Gyra because of their name. Because for so much of my life, people have associated me with that name in points of making fun of me. Spider Gyra. Oh, it's Spider Gyra. Stupid high schoolers. Hate them all. Anyway, where were we? We were talking about how I was going to go onto the new this morning. Okay, hold up 1 second. This is gonna look weird. Okay, I have to fix this guy. I need the new this morning thing to be on the phone. Updated. There we go. So this is where you're gonna see my phone in a minute. When I screen mirror to my MacBook Pro. There we go. Alright, now that you can see all of my stuff on my phone, duplicate the scene. Read this morning. Do a little paste. The thingy. See that this is new this morning. There we go. Boom. Thanks, OBS. This stuff is nice. Okay, so on New This Morning, we're gonna look at some puppy videos. Actually, so I made a feed. Actually, yeah, here, you know what? Let's change the name of this from New This Morning. I'm making a new segment here, okay? So 1 second, duplicate this. And this segment is going to be called, here, wait for it. You're going to love this name. And you can keep listening to my unreleased music while I'm doing this. Good morning, Selah. Okay, well, I'll answer some of your questions this morning. Stay on and share this stream, and then I'll answer some of your questions this morning because, you know, we got time. We got 50 minutes from now before I'm gonna make myself stop. So, this segment is called How do you spell puppies? Is it with I-E-S or Y-S? This segment is called Music or Puppies. It's gonna be a fun one. I feel like I always am a little bit happier throughout the day if I watch a few puppy videos on my phone. I used to really judge people for doing that, but I don't anymore. Oh yeah, I have a lot of apps on my phone, Rio. You wanna see? There's app page number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 pages of apps. That's a lot of apps. Ignore the... There's one app. You know that app where it's like the VR makeup app? I downloaded that to send a funny photo to my family once. But no other reason, I swear. Anyway. Alright, we're gonna stop this. This segment is called Music or Puppies. Alright, we're gonna go to my Instagram feed. And my feed is basically for Weekly Piano, it's either subscribing to, oh, look at the cute little puppy. Oh my God, look at this one. It's either, that's so cute. It's either like jamming music or puppy videos on the Weekly Piano's Instagram channel, what I'm subscribed to. So, ooh, here's dude doing something. Wait, where's the audio? There it is. Not bad. Jam card. Let's see what else Jam card has to say. What have they put out? Oh, look, got a little Corey Henry there.
Anytime I turn on the news, they always seem to be bad news. I took a look in the air.
Why does everybody love people singing when they're such good players? I want to hear Corey Henry playing rather than singing. He's a great singer, but it's like there's so many great singers. He can play better than like anybody. Oh, that's kind of like. Ooh, that's beautiful. He's wearing an Iron Maiden shirt. I once played with Bruce Dickinson. Oh, hey, here. Oh, that's not what I thought it was. That's a little disjunct. Hey, there's Kamasi. This was a good concert. This was a fun one. Yeah. Oh, Terrace. Such a badass. And Kamasi. Good videographers at this one. So, you know, Paul Cornish is on piano. They're badass young pianists. Oh my gosh. There's Ronald Brunner. Ooh, isn't that groove? Yeah. Moog made their synth app free because of COVID? Well, I already paid for it. Fuckers. Do they make all of their synth apps free because of COVID? Man. Woo! Oh man, I have some fun recordings with Ronald that we did. Some with Ronald and some with C-Right, where we did covers of Drake beats. Oh man. Okay, sorry. So, ooh, this is a good one. Speak Like a Child. Oh, and there's gonna be a bit of a lag. Oh, and then that's me. Come on, where are all the puppy videos? I swear I followed some great hashtags. Puppies of Instagram. That's a good one. Oh, look at the puppy. Oh, look at the puppy. It's like a birthday. Oh no, it's Easter. It's Easter today, everybody. Is today Herbie's birthday? Maybe we should text him a happy birthday. Is it Herbie's birthday today? I feel like maybe it is. Here, let's look it up. Herbie Hancock. Da, 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 da. Oh wait, that's a page. Da, 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 da. Where do you find about info? April 12th. Is today April 12th? It's Herbie's birthday! Aww. Well. There we go. Happy birthday, Herbie Hancock. Is he 60? Yeah, he might as well be 60. Alright, content ID is going insane. Oh man. Alright. We're gonna scroll down and look at some more puppies. That is a really cute one, though I feel like that puppy's gonna die. Like, what if that balloon popped? That's really problematic. Eesh. That's not cute. That's cute. Oh my gosh. I have a photo like that in my I love Hiatus Coyote. Yes. I love I think they're great. You know, they were very early on that wave of people incorporating jazz ideas into sort of poppy music. But that's a really cute puppy in a bowl. I have a photo of myself in a bowl when I was young, going like this. I was so much cuter than I am now. It's funny how you just get uglier when you get older. Hey, there's a cute puppy. Oh, there's a cute puppy. There's a cute puppy with a little Easter thingy. So I don't know why it's not populating my feed with these because I have my feed. I mean, I'm also, See, you girls out there, you just love to see cute puppy videos with a cute guy in it. And you're like, oh my god, I want to marry that guy with the cute puppy. It's like, so shallow. Alright, let's look at jazz. Oh, that's weird. That's awkward. I don't... Here, oh, Roy. Yeah, let's listen to a little Roy. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, baby. What about Schoenberg? Why are we talking about Schoenberg's birthday? But why did you bring up Schoenberg? Did somebody say something about Schoenberg? Whatever. This is great. Oh, this is fun. Billie Holiday. What were we talking about? Billie. Okay, I've seen that photo enough. What's this? Oh yeah, baby. Oh, here's what's up. Let's listen to this for a second. Oh, Billy.
God bless the child. Let's got his own.
Listen to that. Listen to that
Got
voice.
his own.
You just melt. You just melt. I don't want to hear wedding band. Oh God. Sonny Rollins. Candace Springs. This is a funny one. Oh, look at that dude playing with himself. How did he even get himself? It looks like he's in the same spot twice. I have no interest in listening to that, but it's kind of cool. I mean, he was fine. He was a fine player. Hey, I think that's Becca Stevens. Nope. Oh, man. Here we go, baby. Muddy Waters. Newport Jazz Festival. Oh, man. I remember playing Newport Jazz Festival with Micaiah McCraven. Was it last year? Or was it 2 years ago? Anyway, that concludes our segment, Music or Puppies. Hope you enjoyed it. Oh, man. Yeah, Roy. Roy did die too young. Absolutely. Now that we finished our first experiment with Music or Puppies, how did you like that? Do you think we should do that segment more? We can do that segment more if you really want to. I love looking at puppy videos. That was last year at Newport? Yep, last year at Newport Jazz Festival. I guess, when is Newport Jazz Festival? July? Probably not going to happen this year, I guess. Pretty crazy times we're in, guys. Oh, before I start playing, though, I'm going to give you a little more... I'm going to talk about something because... So it has to do with my morning routine. So let's go back to my phone. Now, Sput asked for my smoothie recipe, and I put this up on my Facebook, but if you want, you can take a screenshot of this. This is my health smoothie recipe that I've been doing every day, and I felt amazing. I don't know exactly what it has been that has made me feel amazing. Maybe it's the eating well, maybe it's the working out, maybe it's the intermittent fasting. Because I've also been fasting, getting up at 6 a.m. and fasting until 2 p.m. And then stopping eating at ideally 8:30. So that's like, what, 6.5 hours? If my math is correct. Yeah. of eating, and then the rest is fasting. So that's, but there's also supplements and things that I take. So for body and brain, for body I do this Floridix, it's a really weird name, Floravital Iron and Herbs. So it's like a liquid that is just a bunch of natural herbs pressed, and vegetables pressed so that you can drink it. It's got a lot of iron. Floridix Calcium Magnesium. It's a liquid supplement. Manuka honey for a treat when I want to. And then native organic MCT powder. And I have that along with my mushroom, the lion's mane mushroom mix. And I do that to sort of sustain myself through the fast at some point in the morning. It gives you energy, but it's almost all fat, so it's technically not spiking your glycemic index, I believe is the term. And then, yeah, brain supplements, 4-sigmatic mushroom elixir mix with lion's mane. That's the one I mix with the MCT powder. And 4-sigmatic mushroom cocoa mix with reishi. That stuff is really good. So then the regimen of waking up and doing stuff and going to sleep by 10, trying to get 8 hours of sleep every night because of coronavirus, just in case I happen to get exposed. Even though I'm isolating, I want to be as immunoprotected as I can. And in doing this regimen, I felt probably better than I have in like years. Along with working out every day and doing some yoga. Those are very helpful. So that's that. Now maybe we should play a little bit. Let's make this camera work a little bit better. Angle there. Yeah, that's probably what's up. First time I've touched the piano this morning. By the way, in the beginning and end screen of this, you can see, or you can't hear me on the microphone, but you can hear the piano coming through. I've got this whole system set up. It's amazing. And I just installed a new computer on the system, so hopefully it won't be as glitchy as it was before. This is fully loaded MacBook Pro that I'm using. The 16-inch, for those of you who are jealous. I know I am jealous of myself. recognize that song? You gotta recognize that one. Anybody seen that movie? Oh yeah, I can kind of do like some cello parts. Kind of cool. Yeah, make my own little bow. Try to mimic those parts. So yeah, somebody asked me as long as we're just hanging out this morning. It's lazy Sunday morning. Pretty much all my Facebook followers are gone because I'm just playing music and not looking at puppies. So let's talk about it was Go the Distance from what was the movie? I actually don't remember what movie it was, but it was like when I find my way, something like da 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 da. I will go the distance, right where I belong. You know, Go the Distance, whatever that is. I don't remember. It wasn't E.T. E.T.? Seriously? No, not E.T. So who was it that asked something about music? Yeah, Baptiste, what were you asking? And where are you located, by the way? Can everybody just let me know what country you're watching this from? Because this is Sunday morning. Nobody in their right mind is going to be watching from Los Angeles at 8:40 a.m. on a Sunday morning. If you're watching this, you're crazy. But yeah, so give me two things. One is where you are in this world right now. One. And two is Canada. Hey, what's up, Canada? Thank you. Awesome. I'm glad. I love you guys. Canadians are great. They're very peaceful. They're and kind people. Whenever I've been to Canada, they've been super cool. Also beautiful people in Canada. I don't know why, but just abnormally pretty people in Canada. I want to go back. But also have some great thinkers coming from Canada, like Jordan Peterson. Hey, there go all my Facebook followers again. But Jordan Peterson, great thinker. Hercules, that's it. Yeah, it was from Hercules. Yeah. So what do you guys want to know? Weekly Piano folks. Mostly the people who are remaining here are Weekly Piano fans, so let's do something for you guys. Studio City. Oh wow. All right. Oh yeah, that's the chef. Ha ha ha. Man, looking forward to the day when I can come over to the restaurant and try the food. We got London here. We got Václav. Oh no, is that Václav? France, Hadrian Farad country. Oh man, that would be, if Hadrian ran that country, I don't even know. That would be a weird situation. Oh yeah, babies are great alarm clocks. The only problem is you can't turn them off. Oh yeah, what was the third I was going to ask you? Somebody just asked. I was going to ask you to say 3 things. Well, the first is your country that you're from, and the second is the what your question is, if you have a question about piano or something, because I'll answer it this morning. And the third is like, what else do you want to see on this show? Might be kind of fun to like add something to it. I've got the puppy thing, but what else would be fun for us to do? We could talk about politics. We could talk about the stock market. I'm interested in that, but again, where's this intersection of people who like music and puppies and the stock market? I'm probably literally the only person interested in all 3 of those things. Good morning, Gary Wong. Good morning, St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis. There's this, I can't do that last, it's so hard to reach those notes. St. Louis, baby. Actually, I asked you to you love when I get into that. Thank you. Somebody asked things, so I'm going to answer your things because I told you to ask things. Oh, it's funny how the followers go up when I start playing stuff like that. It's not really my bag, though, you know? I mean, I can play, like, I could play all sorts of jazz stuff, and I like jazz. I really love it, but it's like, you know, it's not exactly my thing. There are people who do that stride piano thing a million times better than me. So yeah, I'll just go down these questions and ask her and answer them. What great vocalists inspire me? Oh yeah, Kurt is amazing. Kurt is so good. His early stuff is my most favorite stuff before he went more poppy. You know, he be anything before Golden Lady. I fucking love. So like Live in Chicago, that was one of the first jazz albums I got was Kurt Elling Live in Chicago when I was a little baby kid listening to random stuff that I could find in the CD store at in the CD section at Barnes and Noble. I don't know who Peter Martin or Adam Manis are, so you'll have to inform me of that. How do you achieve a good time feel? So here's what I do. I'll show you exactly what I do to achieve good time feel. Not that my time feel is at the maximum by any means, but check this out. So, then this is here. Phone, Boom. Oh, gotta get back on air server. So this is the app I use. It's called Metronomics. So when I do my scales every day, I do this, essentially. Where's that? Yeah, there we go. So this is a quarter note thing, so 57 beats per minute, something around 60. I try not to keep it on an even number. And I'll do my exercises where, like, I'll pick a lick. So this is one of the licks I've been working on, like. And then I'll make it so that the beat goes less. Like, so if you do it there, it's like 50% of the time the beat will happen. And then you have to keep the time feel in your own mind, right? So it'll keep going, but it won't always play it for you. And it'll tell you if you're rushing, and it's hard to talk and keep time at the same time, but it'll tell you if you're like getting faster or slower, because, and also this is not actually going to be in time if you're listening to it because of the weirdness in the stream. It's not going to be perfect. See, and then it comes back in at random times and like catches you if you're a little bit off. So that's one way to get a good time feel. And the other thing is to just keep playing the same lick over and over and over and over and over again. Yep, we got some people who've witnessed this working. No, that lick is not from Esperanza Spalding. It's from McCoy Tyner, though Esperanza could easily have grabbed it from McCoy as well. It's from, what's the recording? It's from the Coltrane recording. I can't remember which recording it is. The full lick is, sorry. Where does it go? Oh, yeah. So the full lick is this. Or no. And I believe it's in a B flat blues, going down to where he's going to E flat. But what I did was I took the first part of it and then also flipped it upside down. So like that means every interval, like this interval actually is here. And I'm flipping it over the midpoint in between these two notes. So it's like so. That's right side up, and then this is upside down. Oh, you're not seeing my hands now. There we go. Yeah. So, what was your? Somebody said check your question, Baptiste. What was your question? You have to repeat it. If you guys, if I'm not answering your question, you'll have to just keep repeating it, because I can go back into the chat, but that means I won't see the new questions. The name of the lick? I don't know what the name of the lick is. They're not licks don't have names. It's the McCoy Tyner lick. One of them. One of the 5 billion McCoy Tyner licks. Actually, there are only probably like 20. But that's the right side up part and the upside down part. I think I also have a video on this, maybe. If I don't, maybe I should make one. Leave a comment and let me know if you want me to make a video of that specifically. Yeah. Ooh, advice on breaking and blurring the bar line. That's a fun one. Okay, so let's see here. How are we gonna do this? The way that here's something that I'm not gonna make a PDF for you. Make a PDF. You guys are my fans. You should be doing some of this work too. Come on, somebody make a PDF of that for Selah Music. Or Selah, maybe that's a good project for you to do, is make a PDF of that and then send it to me and I'll send it to everybody else. So everybody else can have a PDF. But I've got things to do, like a live stream show. So let's do this, everybody. I'm going to show you how to blur the bar line. We're going to put on iReal Pro. We're going to get a nice song here. Have you met Miss Jones? Okay. I'm going to get a nice like up-tempo, or not up-tempo, medium swing here. So when I go to blur the bar line, what I do is I don't do this to blur the bar line, but this exercise will help you with blurring the bar line. You pick a point in time that is your note, your goal, and a note that is your goal. And then you keep going backwards from there. So like, we're gonna play this. So let's just say this is gonna be my goal point, right? So the beginning, let's just do, oh God, that's gonna be weird and choppy. Is it gonna be choppy? No, that's okay. All right, if it gets too choppy, I'll fix it, but. So this is like the goal. And then this would be the next goal, right? And now here's your next goal. So you pick a note at that goal point, and yeah, I know. Right? That was the goal. Okay, that was the goal. So that, see how I'm finding a goal point there. But then if I back it up further and further, ooh, choppiness. Okay, we're good. If I back it up further and further, then it starts to go beyond bar lines, but your idea is so big that it takes up multiple bars, and then you're blurring bar lines. Right? See, do you get where my goals are there? Yeah. Okay, so then the other part of that, what I just did, was I picked a note and had that still be, it was a goal, but it sounded like there needed to be a conclusion to it. So then it kept going, and essentially that bar line had a goal point in it, but it was also blurred because the final goal was later. All right? So I'm going to give a little more example of that. Okay, so the idea here, oh, thanks, Psycho Auntie. Wow, Psycho Auntie is probably my biggest donor so far to keep this thing going. Amazing, thank you for tipping. By the way, weekly piano people, if you tip, you get to the front of the line for your question, guaranteed. Yeah, so let's pull it a little bit further. See, that was like pulling so far back. Yeah. Wait, so Baptiste, I don't see I guess maybe I'm not seeing all your comments or something, because you say sorry for the flood, but I don't see you saying anything except for way back there for about checking your question. No, Baptiste. Maybe your things aren't coming through. What was your question? You're gonna have to just repeat the whole thing to me. And maybe the big, oh, you know what might be? Maybe the long questions aren't coming through. What I'm gonna have to do is maybe look at this on my, let's take a journey here. Let's take a journey to YouTube together. And I'll see what you guys are actually saying on YouTube with this. Because this will be going on, I'm sure it's on my weekly piano channel, so let me switch to that account real quick. Oh, I haven't even added that account. All right, guys, we're gonna make sure that I'm actually seeing everything that you're typing. Psycho, that's funny. No, psycho auntie, like psychological aunt, my aunt from one of my mom's best friends when I was growing up. We're gonna go ahead and do this. There we are. Mornings with Greg, watching live. All right, watch out for the audio. YouTube. Shut up. Together. Shut up. How do I turn the volume off? Oh God. Well, okay. Now let's see if. Oh yeah, look at this. There are definitely things I'm not seeing. I'm sorry. Well. Now here's the thing about Mike Mitchell. How do you keep time when Mike Mitchell is on his solo parts? That's do metronomics. Use metronomics and have it try to throw you off. It's just a matter of trying to get thrown off as much as possible. Yeah, that's really what it is. Oh, and Baptiste, I still don't see your question here. I do see other questions that I didn't see. But the idea is, oh, I see. Translate this lick at 26 seconds of the Yellow Jackets song. It's almost gone. Oh man. Well, you know what? If I would do that, except for if I play the Yellow Jackets song on YouTube, then it will run commercials on my live stream, and I don't want it to do that. So we're gonna have to do that another time, or maybe I'll make a separate video or a little live stream of it. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I could do that. You may have to just remind me a few times. That's sort of what happens. I've got a lot of things I'm trying to do and remember to do, and that'll be one of them. So we'll make that happen at some point. Play over your own stream and use it as a delay. That would be really funny. Should we try that? Let's see. And I'll see what you guys are actually saying. I want to go to actual live. Okay, ready? Well, now here's the thing about Mike Mitchell. How do you keep time when Mike Mitchell is on his solo parts? That's do metronomics. Use metronomics and have it try to throw you off. It's just a matter of trying to get thrown off as much as possible. Yeah, that's really what it is. Oh, and Baptiste, I still don't see your question here. I do see other questions that I didn't see. But the idea is, oh, I see. Translate this lick at 26 seconds of the Yellow Jackets song. It's almost gone. Oh man. Well, you know what? If I would do that, except for if I play the Yellow Jackets song on YouTube, then it will run commercials on my live stream, and I don't want it to do that. So we're gonna have to do that another time, or maybe I'll make a separate video or a little live stream of it. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I could do that. You may have to just remind me a few times. That's sort of what happens. I've got a lot of things I'm trying to do and remember to do. That'll be one of them. So we'll make that happen at some point. Okay, so now I'm playing, and I'm gonna go back and play over it. Play over your own stream and use it as a delay. That would be really funny. Should we try that? Let's see. And I'll see what you guys are actually saying. Here we go. I'm gonna go to actual live. Okay, ready? Well, now here's the thing about Mike Mitchell. How do you keep time when Mike Mitchell is on his solo parts? That's do metronomics. Use metronomics and have it try to throw you off. It's just a matter of trying to get thrown off as much as possible. Yeah, that's really what it is. Oh, and Baptiste, I still don't see your question here. I do see other questions that I didn't see. But the idea is, oh, I see. Translate this lick at 26 seconds of the Yellow Jackets song. It's almost gone. Oh man. Well, you know what? If I would do that, except for if I play the Yellow Jackets song on YouTube, then it will run commercials on my live stream, and I don't want it to do that. So we're gonna have to do that another time, or maybe I'll make a separate video or a little live stream of it. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I could do that. You may have to just remind me a few times. That's sort of what happens. I've got a lot of things I'm trying to do and remember to do. That'll be one of them. So we'll make that happen at some point. Should I put a third layer on it? Because now I'm playing, and I'm gonna go back and play over it. This is gonna be really weird. Play over your own stream and use it as a delay. That would be really funny. Should we try that? Let's see. And I'll see what you guys are actually saying. Really quick. Here we go. I'm gonna go to actual live. Okay, ready? Well, now here's the thing about Mike Mitchell. How do you keep time when Mike Mitchell is on his solo parts? That's do metronomics. Use metronomics and have it try to throw you off. It's just a matter of trying to get thrown off as much as possible. Yeah, that's really what it is. Oh, and Baptiste, I still don't see your question here. I do see other questions that I didn't see. But the idea is, translate this lick at 26 seconds of the Yellow Jackets song. It's almost gone. Oh man. Well, you know what? If I would do that, except for if I play the Yellow Jackets song on YouTube, then it will run commercials on the live stream, and I don't want it to do that. So we're gonna have to do that another time, or maybe I'll make a separate video or a little live stream of it. That's not a bad idea. I could do that. You may have to just remind me a few times. That's sort of what happens. I've got a lot of things I'm trying to do. That'll be one of them. So we'll make that happen at some point. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop.
Layer on it.
Jesus Christ.
It's gonna be really weird.
Woo! That was a fun, weird adventure. Thank you, Squeeze Wilson, for donating $5. You are the man or woman, because it's hard to tell. Even somebody named Wilson could be potentially a woman in today's relatively gender-neutral cultural landscape. But yeah, thank you very much for donating. Do you have a specific question or a request that you would like me to answer? By the way, for somebody... For the people who just tuned in and were wondering what the fuck is going on, that was me listening to my own live stream and playing to the delay. So yeah, the delay was terrible because I made it that. It was kind of fun. But yeah, thank you, Squeeze Wilson 9, for your contribution. If I see you asking a question, I will answer it. Unless you're if you're a different name than Squeeze Wilson coming up here, then let me know who you actually are. Oh, yep, there you are. Cool. All right, Squeeze Wilson. Yeah, so let me know if you have if you have any questions. I really appreciate you contributing. Oh, have I ever seen the keyboard studies of Terry Riley? I did in college, actually. I love minimalist music. I really love minimalist music. How do you go about comping with left hand in any genre? Any genre? That's a very general question, Mr. Wilson. First name Squeeze. It's for any, I mean, you do it differently in the different genres. And this actually brings up a very interesting question. An interesting sort of somebody says I can't get rid of this video. Maybe, we'll see. With the all right, Squeeze, I'm going to answer your question. There's an interesting aspect to all music where every music has its sort of sound stamp, right? In certain periods of classical music, you have this as your like bass line, ostinato. It's really an ostinato, something that. But in jazz, it's not exactly an ostinato. There are ostinatos, but there are specific harmonic and melodic tendencies to the accompaniment of any different genre that make it what it is, that give it its sound. Like if I play this. You know exactly what that is, right? That's like classical ostinato. But if I play like this, you know exactly what that is. It's jazz because it's a jazz bass line. And if you have like folk music, like sort of like a guitar strumming, right? And you have like New Age, which is just pop, sort of translated into jazz instrumental or jazzy instrumental. It's not jazz. So okay. Yeah, so you're talking about in jazz specifically how you comp in the left hand. So let's start from the beginning, okay? Here's like 5-minute lesson of the entirety of jazz comping and where it comes from very beginner. So like you have your scale and you have your mode, right? So we're in C, and your mode is going to be the Mixolydian mode, right? Just flat 7, okay? So you have your triads, C, E, G, and then you add the flat 7 onto that, okay? You can also add upper extensions, the 9, the 11, and the 13. Usually the 11 is sharped because of certain harmonic tendencies that I won't explain now. And by the way, I see, Squeezy, you say that you play neo soul, so you know all this stuff already, but I'll still start from the beginning. Now, in jazz compings, and actually this is where it begins to differ, but everything I just explained is exactly the same between neo soul and jazz, right? You have that same harmonic landscape, but where it starts to differentiate is now how you use that harmonic landscape to create the harmony, the sound of the harmony, and it's really textural at this point. So in jazz, you will build your comping, so 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, let's just say 9, and you'll get rid of the bass line. Gary, thank you so much for saying leave your PayPal ID here. You can actually, if you go to gregspiro.live, that's where you can... Oh, you can't donate from the... Really? You can't donate from China on the thing? Okay. Jeez. Well, here's my PayPal ID. I'm going to say, for those of you in China, PayPal is gns134@gmail.com. I've got to fix that. Thank you very much for letting me know. That sucks that you can't donate from China. Okay, but anyway, back to the lesson. So when we're talking about neo soul versus jazz, that's not really the conversation, but it's like, how do you build these harmonies for the left hand? So you have 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. You take out the root because the bass is going to be playing the root, right? And then you can take your upper extensions. So let's just say, like, you know this is the sharp 11, and you know this is the 13. So really, just one of those two is going to be the thing that you use. So if you wanted to play a sharp 11, say you want to make it sort of a dissonant, brighter chord, that can be your comping that you use, right? See, it sounds weird, but it's cool. And you can do patterns over that. Or you use the 13, drop that down the octave. That's a little more consonant. And it's because the sharp 4 has, or which the sharp 11, which is also the sharp 4, it has certain qualities that bump at the root of the harmony a little bit more so than the 13 does, which is also the 6. So that's your comping, right? Now, here's the fun part. Let's move this up an octave. Okay, so we have that. And the way that you build a comping, if you want to use 2 hands, is you take this is drop 2 voicings. You take the second voice from the top, which is the flat 7, and you move it down an octave. So now you have that. It sounds a little muddy if you do it down here, but if you do it up here, it's great. That's how you build that harmony for your comping, either with a single hand or 2 hands. And then, here's the fun part where it gets a little complicated. You have voice leading that is brought into this. And this is a European a style of treating different voices to create harmony, which has developed over thousands of years. Maybe not that many thousands of years, like 2,000 years at the most, probably. Maybe like more like 1,000, between 1,000 and 2,000 years this has been developing. Because it started with Gregorian chant, and Gregorian chant originally had 1 voice and then 2 voices and then 3, and they had to treat those 3 voices some way, and then Bach got a hold of it and fucked the whole thing up by making them go all over the place with 38 different voices and shit. But anyway, back to jazz. We have this. So this is your C, right? Your C13 now. Pretty simply and quickly got to that comping. The next thing you want to do if you're playing a blues is go to the F, right? So if you go to send, Sayla, did you already do the transcription? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, you PayPal'd. Oh, Jesus, that's cool. Hey, well, I can see those on my phone. So, all right, I'll get to your question next then. Looks like I'm gonna be on this for a minute. Thank you. Who is who sent the one that says thank you, master? Is that Sayla? It's in. Oh no, that's the Chinese one. That's Gary. It says, that's so funny. It says like somebody in China. These Chinese letters sent you music. That's very sweet. But yeah, tell me here if you donated on PayPal. Just remind me, because it's I'm not gonna necessarily know who's who, you know. So anyway, back to jazz comping. So there's that C, and then you want to go to the F if you're doing blues. So you're to build the F chord, you use the same thing, that same whole process, starting on F, right? And then you can use that or that, and so you build your F chord, and maybe you build that same chord, but maybe you build, like, there are a lot of different chords that you can build, but for voice leading purposes, you want to build to a chord that has the closest notes to the first chord that you did. So that would be probably this one if you wanted to do a dominant 9 chord, right? So I skipped all the steps for that, but you can use those same steps to create it for the F chord. And that's how you get that. And then you can do drop 2 for this one if you moved it up an octave and just take the second voice, move it down the octave, and you got that. So now you got all sorts of weird shit. I love Bach. I'm not bad talking Bach. I'm saying he fucked it all up in a good way. He did like a lot of different voices that made it really, really complicated and amazing, which is why he is one of the staples of all the music that is created right now in all of the world, because the world's music is based largely on Western harmony and Western music now is based on Western harmony and more like African rhythm. At least that's what jazz is, but that's what a lot of other stuff is too. Including Latin rhythm, but the Latin rhythm was actually brought from Africa. It's like a long story. The story of human history. It is a long story. So like Sapiens, yeah? Good book to read. Basically is the history of humans, but exactly like the history of music. So that's how you do jazz comping. But let me yeah, well temperament is nice. I try to be well tempered when I can. Is there anybody else who's tell me in a note right now if you are one of the people who tipped and I haven't answered your question, because I want to make sure to get to you first. So let's just also go on the neo soul tip. Sometimes I'm wondering if you white and black dudes have better time feel by nature. That's so funny. No, nobody has a better anything by nature. That's so funny. So Gary, I assume you're Asian. You're living in China, but Europeans also live in China. So Gary, you're Wang, yeah. So you're of Asian descent. Black and white dudes don't have a better time feel than Asian dudes by nature, to answer your question. The difference is, so here, okay, let's take a lesson in racial dynamics and music history for a moment here. There are, if you look at averages, there are differences in African American culture and European culture, right? Even right now in the scene, I would say, I always notoriously say that first of all, everybody's racist, and the goal, because it's human nature to be racist, and you're supposed to, the goal, the way that we can actually build a society that works is by being evolved enough mentally and spiritually to go beyond those baseline aspects of our nature. So it comes from a place like the Europeans and the let's just say like the French and the Spanish would go into each other's territory and see somebody that looked different from them and be like, okay, that's different, and I see all my people, and my people are safer, and that different person is scary, right? So that's what we don't need to do anymore as human beings. We're good. We can go beyond that. So people are naturally racist, but we have the ability to go beyond racism with our intellect and our understanding of the actual scientific facts that all humans are so similarly genetically created that there's literally no difference in capability. So that's the baseline, right? No difference in capability between any human baby. But human babies are brought up in different circumstances, okay? So now you have the African American culture and the white culture that are separated. There's segregation, which is a problem. But it also, so I mean, there are positives and negatives to every culture within their own little segregated bubble. The positive to the black community, there are lots of negatives, by the way. Many, we all know about those. Those are commonplace. But one of the positives in the black music community of the segregation is a coming up in a church setting, which a lot of So when I say that I'm notoriously racist when I hire musicians, I really like to play with black drummers because they're more likely to have been brought up in a setting where they played in a Baptist church or some situation where they had to keep an amazing time feel, or else somebody would fucking kick them out or slap them or something, and they would lose their gig. So that's the point of those churches, is to keep people feeling good. Oh wow, look at you. Somebody tipped $20. Emil Van Sibili. Thank you so much. That's amazing. That's literally the most money I've made doing this stream in any given day. I really, really appreciate that. Cool. Thank you. If you have a question, I'll answer that after this, after we talk about our theories on racial dynamics. So yeah, black drummers are more likely to have come up in the church, is basically what it comes down to. So they are more likely to have an amazing time feel, and that's why I tend to like to and it's not just an amazing time feel, it's a certain aesthetic that incorporate, because a lot of pop music now came out of the church, really, not in like a literal sense, but it came, a lot of the rhythmic elements of modern music came from black culture, which was highly influenced by gospel music dating back to, the late 19th century. Yeah, I'm not going to go further into that, but to answer your question, in a very long-winded form, and now to make it concise, no. There's no difference in inherent time field between black people, white people, or Asian people. We all have the exact same capability if we are brought up with the same set of circumstances. Which we're not, ever. But, yeah. Okay, and I bet you somebody's gonna grab a bunch of bits of that and, like, completely defame me by like taking stuff that I just said out of context. But hey, you know what? That's life. So, Emily Van Sibyl, if you have any questions, let me know, because otherwise I'm going to go pretty soon, because it's getting late. I mean, not late, it's getting into the day, and I have to go and do things because I'm actually a human. Emil, by the way, if you would be so kind as to just let me know what your favorite aspect of this is and why you tipped $20, I'll try to incorporate that into the live stream a little bit more. By the way, I should let you know a couple fun things that are going on. This coming week, on Thursday, we're being taken over by one of the hosts of a great radio show. His name's Simon, and he has a radio show called The Checkout, which is a podcast, and then also his WBGO show. And he's taking over, and we're going to have some amazing guests, including somebody from a band you might know called Snarky Puppy, and some other really cool people that I've reached out to. Not all are confirmed yet, but it will be something to check out. So make sure you watch this show on Thursday. Yeah, so you know what? Actually, to answer your question, Baptiste C, I do give online lessons. Well, I haven't lately. I've stopped, but I'm gonna, now that I'm quarantined, I will give online lessons under two conditions. One, that we broadcast it live to everybody. So I will only teach you if you allow me to broadcast it entirely to my weekly piano channel, so everybody else can watch live, which may result in some comments and whatever, but you'll have to just deal with that. And then it also costs you money, which I charge $150 an hour for my lessons. So if you'll do those two things, I will gladly give you a piano lesson one-on-one for 1 hour. We could probably also break it up into half hours for people who need to spend less money, because I know the economy is shit right now. love for Spirit Fingers to come to St. Louis. That would be amazing. Yeah, you got to tell people around there about us, because we'll come when all of this is done. But please share the videos. That's what I need you guys to do. Anybody recognize that song, by the way? Finally warming up a little bit. Baptiste, almost 150 an hour, 150, and broadcast on the channel if you do want a lesson. And all you need is a camera, and like so I can put your feed in there. Feel like playing more. That's what it is. I'm done for now. It's kind of hard to concentrate when I'm reading chat and I'm trying to play at the same time. So yeah, thank you guys very much for tuning in. And I'll see you tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Please be back.
you.